All right, we're on.
Yay!
Hi, Yolanda.
The biggest thing is
Hi.
I feel like you all have to, because this is like your baby too. Is like just like accept the grounds.
So, what are we talking about today?
Yeah, be like.
Well, the one option was to continue to talk on matter, which I didn't want to really. I
You
didn't.
don't want to.
It's kind of that one's kind of. Well, it's a good topic, but maybe we can touch on it. I was more interested in talking about your expanding.
My freedom?
Mm-hmm.
My free energy?
Your free energy Yolanda device that you found.
I don't know. It was it's kind of a mundane experience on the external part of it, but it's kind of. I think it's kind of exciting the fact that it is mundane. So what happened was I was coming back from meeting with a mechanic to look at my car because my car lease is coming to an end, and there's all this like crap that they have to put you through to check that your car is up to like doesn't need major repairs.
Yeah.
So anyway, I just wanted to get a second opinion because there's a couple of door dings that they're minor, but they have like paint chip, or they have a paint chip, which is what they don't like. So anyway, the guy said, "Don't worry about it. Don't let them bully you. Don't let them do this. Don't let them do that," and gave me all sorts of great advice. And I left feeling empowered. And I'm like, "Hey, this is just more realm bullshit, right?"
Wait, why were you bringing your car to the shop in the first place?
Because door dings, because they don't like that if there's paint chip.
Who?
If paint chipped or there's paint from another car on your car, they don't like that. So you have to get it repaired and fixed. And so the
Is it because it's because you're paying for it, like you're buying it, you're paying you're paying it off? Is that what you're saying? It's not your car.
No, because if you're leasing the car and you're returning the car, if there's excess damage to the car, or
it's a lease.
What?
It's a lease.
It's the lease, yeah.
Okay. Sorry if you said that, and I just ignored it. That's quite possible.
I did. So anyway, so the dealership suggested that I get it packed over, and so anyway, I showed it to this mechanic, and he said that it's fine. I shouldn't worry about it. My car is in mint condition. Don't worry about it. So it made me feel better, and I realized it's more realm shit.
Mm-hmm.
And my energy just kept climbing and climbing and climbing. And I went for coffee and started writing my book. And I just sat there looking. It's just really stupid. I sat there looking at people walking across, like outside the window, and I was looking at like the construction of the bar that I was sitting at, and I was looking at these like little details of like realm shit, and I realized that I felt whole and complete, at peace, and free for the first time, probably ever. And I thought about it. I was like, have I ever felt this way before? Did I feel like this when I was a child? No, because I was always worried about something. I was worried about going to school or getting home on time. I was worried about having to do homework, or I was worried about what my friend was going to say about something. There's always something that I was worried about. And for the first time, I felt free. I didn't have anything to worry about. I didn't have anywhere I had to be. I didn't have where I had anything I had to do. I just was fully in that moment and totally content. And it has lasted and magnified since then.
So you're still feeling it right now?
What?
You're still feeling it right now?
Yeah.
Good.
And it's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Didn't you text me something about tingling? I don't know if that has any connection to it, but
But what?
You said something about tingling. Are you feeling tingles?
Tingling or tickling?
Yeah.
Yeah. What it feels like is it's been contained so long that I'm almost like in this body, in this like the suppression that we have had to endure in life forever,
Mm-hmm.
and it's been contained so long that this energy wants to blast out, and I'm afraid to let it out because it's so much. It's so much, and so it tingles and it tickles and I was on my way here and I was laughing. I was like that crazy guy on the subway who was laughing at nothing. And I was like, this is awesome. And I'm looking at things on the streetcar and I'm paying attention to the details and laughing because I was like, this is a fucking illusion. This is hilarious.
So you started laughing at nothing too?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
But yeah, I feel like I have to contain it because people aren't used to seeing it, and I don't quite know what to do with it yet. But it's like it's coming out.
You gotta give it out.
You gotta what?
You have to give it out.
Let it out.
You gotta give it out. You gotta give it away.
Give it. Okay, you want some?
Yeah, I already have enough. Give it.
Here.
Give it to the less fortunate.
Take it.
No,
Yeah.
no, but these guys, you know, the enlightened guys. At least Osho, like I like Osho a lot, but he said after his enlightenment experience, he had the same energy that you're talking about, and he was like, I can't stop it. It's too much. I can't hold it myself, and I have to just give it out. I have to give it away to everybody because I'll explode if I don't.
Yeah.
So that's what you got to do if you don't want to explode.
No, I don't want to explode. Take it. Anybody wants.
Yeah.
Take.
I mean, everybody needs that energy anyway, so it's not a bad thing to have going on.
No, it's awesome, and I feel like there's more. Like you said, like you want to let it go, but because people aren't used to it, they don't know what to do with it.
Yeah, right. That's the free energy though, right there. It's in you. Everybody thinks there's something about like machines and stuff, and it has nothing to do with that.
No. Which is why this is the currency. This is the current seed.
Mm-hmm.
The current, the energy seed.
Yep.
This is where your value is. This is the power.
Yep. It's the only power.
Yeah.
All the other stuff is pretend or toys, like the external energy things, the tools, all that. It's not just toys. They are useful, but they're nothing compared to what we are capable of producing.
Mm-hmm.
Just most people have been, like you said, suppressed for so long that they didn't even know they were capable of doing that.
Yeah. And I had this conversation with my friend. I met my friend for dinner, and she was practicing energy healing, and so we talk about, like, we've had 10-hour-long conversations about this stuff. Anyway, and we were talking about how people who are starved for this because they're so beaten down and they're so hungry for feeling better that religion preys on that, which is what they mean by, like, give us your tired, your hungry, and your huddled masses, and they want the people who are broken because they're craving it, and they want to come to they want some sort of relief, and it gives them that. It makes them feel better, but it still suppresses them. It doesn't allow them to go any higher, and what they think this is the limit, but it's infinite.
Mm-hmm.
It's infinite, and they don't realize it's infinite.
Yeah. It's just a block.
Yeah.
And once you're past the block, then that's that freedom that you're saying you're feeling. That's just what comes naturally when you don't even have to drop all the blocks. You don't have to drop them all at once, but as they start falling off, eventually they'll all be gone, and that feeling that you are feeling now will be complete or much more prevalent than it has been. But the blocks are just what we've been living with the entire time. So
Yeah,
it's
we
just a
think it's
matter of
normal.
it's just a matter of how and when we come to the knowledge that they are impeding us and we start working on it. Because once we start working on it, or not even working on it, that's a bad word to use, but once we start giving energy to that, then it blooms up naturally.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
it's contagious. So if you give it out, then they get the seed and they start doing the same thing.
Mhm. Yeah. And like when I left with my friend, I left my friend. She said, "I feel uplifted. I feel high." And
Natural high, yeah.
yeah. And but but we feed each other, so it isn't like a one-way vampiric situation.
Yeah, it's a symbiosis that you learned in biology.
Yeah.
Not parasitic.
No.
Do you know everyone's names? Yeah.
But I was going to say something. You reminded me of something. I can't remember now.
See, like, this is actually what I was worried about, so I'm glad that we're here and, like, not rushing, actually, because, like, the one girl
But yeah,
even freaking out. It's her son.
For the past
Perfect. Put him on.
8 years ago,
What his goals are.
8 years?
yeah, about 8 years, I've realized that I've been clearing all the crap that's been put on me from society.
Mm-hmm.
And, you try to tell people that's they don't get it really, or they don't know how to deal with it. They don't know how to break free, and that's basically all that's. Like we were saying, like when you're born, you're pure, you're unaffected by all of the taint of this place.
Mm-hmm.
Grow up, you get all this shit put on you of who you're supposed to be, how you're supposed to behave, and you're no good, and you get all these wounds and these insecurities and suffering, and you think it's normal, and then you realize, like, hang on, I don't like this, I don't want it, how do I get out of this? And you're like caught up in a spider web trying to get out of it.
Yeah. And you get all of the blowback or the pushback when you try to express that need at first, because everyone, the sleepers or the normal people will say, well, yeah, I mean, that's life. It sucks. You have to work and you have to make money and then pay your taxes and die.
Right.
And you're like, okay. Okay.
Yeah. And then she was telling me, my friend was telling me about this guy who was practicing law of attraction and at the same time was going to church, and all of a sudden the people at church started attacking him because they saw that his frequency was rising above everyone at the church, and they didn't understand it, and he was getting it from outside of the church.
Mm-hmm.
And so they felt threatened by it, and so they started attacking him, saying that what he was doing was satanic.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just like, I don't understand. I feel really good. I'm like living the stuff they're preaching, and they're attacking me for doing it. I don't get it. And so I guess like he had to leave because they're threatening him and attacking him and calling him satanic.
Yeah.
And it's all out of this fear that he's rising above them, and they don't know how to get there. They don't know how to get that.
They're just thrown there, babe. They're silly.
Right. Well, also, they are unable to allow themselves to consider that there could be something beyond what they've been given, because that would incur the mental break, which we've all experienced, which is like the chaos and what's going on and the whole questioning everything. And most people nowadays have that first layer of defense incredibly strong, especially if they've been doing it for a really long time.
Yeah.
We can record it. Oh, is she on?
So it's difficult for
Like,
anybody
everyone's
to
trying
break out of it
perfectionist, you know?
if they haven't had, some, at least some things going on throughout. Doesn't have to be a whole awakening in one spot, but there has to, I think, have been at least some attempts. Maybe you fail and get pushed back into it, but you have this basic yearning. I think if people don't have that, and if they're just solely stuck in there, then it's going to be very difficult.
Mhm.
I'm just texting right now. Did you hear?
Yeah, and they're comfortable there too.
Yeah, I just said.
Right.
I have no video or audio.
And it's they think that they're doing the best they can, and they tell themselves a story that keeps them in that pattern.
And actually, the
And
cool thing about this is if
they
it's
see
not
somebody
working,
else who's
you can just call her.
in a different place, and they want that, but what do they have to do to get it?
I think
don't-
the comfort thing is probably the most difficult barrier to get past. If you're comfortable with the situation, you can't even see what you're missing. You can't even feel a lack because you feel fulfilled.
Are you
Mhm.
What?
Can you use headphones? Would that be weird or no?
Yeah, I can.
You can. Would that
I'm-
be too?
I don't know if my concern was that the audio here wouldn't pick up for the recording, but I can.
Let me know.
I'll try
It
plugging
might
in.
just be like really
If it doesn't work, I'll just end it early when I upload it. It's not a big deal.
Oh, you're on a video call.
Okay. Everybody's trying to do video calls at once, talking
Oh,
over
really?
each
Is that
other.
Sorry, Gary.
It's okay.
It's so cool. Well, I think we should just get started.
I think so too.
Okay, cool. So let's go ahead.
You were
and
saying
record
comfort
this
zone?
meeting. I just want to make
Headphones?
sure that she can hear us. Actually.
Comfort zone.
Oh, comfort zone, yeah.
As long as she can hear us. Like,
Yeah, if you haven't had some trauma, you're going to stay there.
Mhm.
Because we love comfort. A whole bunch.
Because it's comforting.
Yeah. There's Jameson.
Okay, so I've already started recording now.
Yeah,
Perfect.
it's
James
comforting.
is your
It makes you
dog
feel
over here,
safe
my Labrador.
and
But I'm Eden,
um,
and I'm Annie.
better-
Most of you
better the
know
devil you know kind of
very
thing, right?
excited for
You
all
don't know
of
what's on the other side. It could be worse.
Right.
And Andy and I actually live really close together, so we figured that we were just.
That's why I'm saying you have to have that initial
And
trauma
to our little portion of the meet up here, but it's really
to
exciting
get you
be
to
able
see
learn
that
about,
you're not happy with the situation, and then you can consider alternatives. Then that whole thing can possibly start happening.
May know my face, but we're still building friendships.
Possibly what?
Perfect.
Start happening.
Cool. Right. I met Annie in my lift car, so this is really kind of cool.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate that it has to come through trauma.
I thought it'd be really nice for us to start with a brief
I'm actually going to try the
presentation.
headphones because I can't hear
And
very
then I know
well.
Annie has a wonderful agenda
This
set
will
up
also
for
be a
us
good
today,
test
so
to see
I
if
think we can really start.
your audio still records.
It should.
So just grab a nice.
If I can figure out where to plug it in.
Anything that makes
Ah.
you feel comfortable, and that's really what this is about, I think. So, you want to dim your lights and have like some sexy lighting.
Sexy
you can
lights,
grab a glass
woo.
of water, whatever feels good for you. Just bring it in, sisters. It's all about us finding our power and finding our
Yes.
breath, so that we can hold sacred
Okay, I can hear you
space for
fine.
ourselves here,
If it doesn't
so that we
record,
can learn and we can
I'll
grow
just
together.
end it
So,
when
here we go. Go ahead
my
and
audio
close
stopped
your
recording.
eyes. You're probably going to hear, by
If that
the
makes
way,
sense.
my husband Robbie's cooking.
I think it should be fine.
My friend Gary is on YouTube recording a video. So there's another video going on. So there's a lot going on. Yeah. But I mean, that's a metaphor for life.
No, there's just
So-
all kinds of stuff going on here.
Boring if it didn't. Yeah. So go ahead and close
The energy
your eyes.
collects, right?
We're gonna
That's just
take
what
a
happens.
Nice, deep breath and take a couple of deep breaths together, and then I'll kind of lead you into meditation.
Me?
So nice deep breath.
What about me?
And you can open your mouth.
Yeah.
Inside.
I've been feeling it for a long time.
Really welcome yourself into this space here. Maybe your heart's pounding. Just kind of notice how your body feels. It's all good. It's
The best
all
way I
good.
describe it is freedom. That's the most accurate word. Complete in utter
Exhale
and
out,
sometimes
let somebody
scary
go
freedom.
from today. Ugh.
And it's freedom from, like I've said in videos of it, it's freedom from all authority, every single shred.
When you inhale this time, bring your shoulders up to your ears.
Authority,
Exhale, let them drip down.
like boss.
Allow your breath to become a
I said it in the video too. I was like, it's not even you. You're not even the authority. Like the whole thing is utterly free.
We work a lot with our minds, so we're actually going to focus more on our breath and being inside in our body and being present to the moment right now. Keep that breath going.
No, I mean, I remember researching all this stuff,
As you exhale,
that we've gone over forever and a half,
imagine that you're pushing
all the
down
realm
into
stuff.
the earth, anything
That was
that's
back
heavy,
when I was early 20s.
incompatible energies that
And
doesn't
I
serve you.
had
It's
the
not
same feeling I
bad,
have
it
now,
just
but
is
I wasn't able
down
to
to the
express
earth.
it.
Nice big inhale.
So what's happening with me, what happened with me was I got out of the relationship that was acting as anchor for me to the realm. And then at that point, I was like, well, that's the last block. So now there's nothing. And I just go do it what I feel. And that's what you saw. You saw the expression of it. That wasn't the start of it. That was just when the expression became enabled.
This time when you inhale, imagine that there's a circle above you and you're allowing the white light, beautiful sunlight if you turn it so, to welcome into your body, into your mind, into your spirit. Exhale down into the earth. So we're doing both. We're inhaling in that beautiful light, drinking it in with water. Nourish ourselves. And exhaling down, focusing the energy down for freedom and release.
Right.
Release a couple
And was this because blocks that you had, or was it because you were still having fear, or what was that? Why did you feel unable to express?
hold your breath in.
Mm.
You are breath. It's not separate from you. So big inhale.
Mm.
Really breathing in is you're breathing in space for yourself. You're breathing in love. You're breathing in energy, vitality into yourself. You deserve it. Nice big inhale.
Mm-hmm.
And exhale down.
Yeah. And it's not even your parents, because your parents were still there, and you're still going to have interaction. It was the sort of mental, emotional roots that you're talking about that kept you holding on to feelings, holding on to fear stuff, holding on to all that.
Now imagine that part beneath you from the earth is closing. Just staying seated. You are strong in yourself.
And you were still allowing them
Bringing
to
in the white light.
exert influence on you.
Keep drinking in above you, filling your body above that.
So that's what it is. It's when you become, the shackles all fall off, and then you're like, oh, I'm just here.
Just your heart.
You know, you can like look at everything and examine stuff and
Exhale
explore
out.
inner and outer. You know, that's when the fun starts, because it's endless. The whole entire thing, even in the limited realm, it's still endless. And that's what meditation is. It's constantly, presently acknowledging that fact and seeing it and exploring it.
Open your arms and allow yourself to receive love in this space.
Mm.
Maybe put your hands on your body in case that needs a little attention.
Mhm.
Take it farther. Can you take it farther to San Francisco?
Yeah.
Into the country, into the world. When we heal ourselves, we heal each other.
Yeah. It's hard to hold on to if you're trying to make it into a goal. That's usually what causes it to run away. It's like, I'm gonna go achieve freedom and liberation, and then you're like, I'm gonna work at this. I'm gonna make it happen.
Yes. I feel
And that's
so
of
good.
course,
I feel really hot. Like really
that's of
warm.
course projection.
Super tingle.
It's just
Okay,
subtle,
now,
you know, like
Kate
it's
and I
very
actually have
subtle,
an order for
the difference
Brooke and
between
Jessica, since you guys are on the line with us.
actually staying
If you
present and
have
just
it with
allowing
you
everything
before she
in,
jumps into the agenda,
and
grab your glass of
pretending that
wine,
you're staying
here's
present
yours.
and projecting
Brooke,
while
I know you
you're telling
do.
yourself, I am here
I
now.
want to see you on camera.
It's very subtle.
We gotta say that we have wine. That's what women do. You don't need to. No, do it. Yeah. Grab whatever serves you. Tea. She said she was brandy.
Mhm.
Oh, brandy. Oh my god. So jealous. Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Perfect. So you are in the goal setting mood.
Well, cheers to you. Ding.
Yes.
Ding,
Yeah, it's like a
ding.
shadow dance. So the light is moving, and the cat is moving, and there is a relationship, but the cat is never actually there. The cat's just following that light.
And yes,
It's a good analogy.
We just saw you now. So if you have something too, we didn't mean to.
Another way to describe it for me is
I think it's
when
muted.
you've dropped,
Yes.
you've released the conceptualizations, the words, even while you're using them, even while you're speaking them.
Okay, perfect.
When
I'm
you've dropped
so
that.
excited.
Because I feel like it's an actual,
I'm pretty sure Brooke can hear us.
it's like a physical
I'm
thing
sure
that
she's
actually gets
eating up
released
Brandon's
when
website.
you're sitting there holding on to
Who knew?
the
Yes,
label
okay, you're
system,
like, I
the
had no idea
conceptual
I was getting
system, when you're
into
still
this.
believing the word is a thing. I feel like that's an actual, like, it's a thing inside, like a muscle that's clenching in your mind, and when that gets released,
You look beautiful. Definitely.
words are still there and they're still happening, and you understand all of them, but you're not. There's no more grasping on them,
Oh, cool. Just over the bridge, that far.
so you can remain free and present within the words happening,
But I had lunch with Brooke.
and you don't have any precognition of what's coming as far as what even you're saying whatsoever, and you don't like look into the future of what your conversation is going to be. But like I said before, it's just the flow is perfect
But it was like we just want to see each other's faces.
without effort.
And it was their first time meeting.
And then we get accused of being lazy time wasters.
So fun.
Yeah.
Oh, this is Jameson. That's my
Yeah,
dad,
yeah.
Jameson.
I'm totally fine with that. It's more food for
So we have brandy,
food
wine,
for
drinks,
creativity.
There we
alcohol.
go. Right. Gang's all here. Okay, so I definitely want to start. I'm so sorry, I'm just sipping wine now. So,
Yeah.
I don't want to keep everyone forever tonight. I really appreciate you guys getting on tonight, Eden, as well.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Meeting
when
in
people have
person,
blocks,
I
there's
know.
nothing you can do about it anyway.
It
You
is
can't
so
get them to
fun,
see it if
and
they
I
don't
can't
already
wait
see
for
it.
us all to meet in person
So
as well.
if someone's sitting there talking shit
For tonight, I just want
at their own projection,
we are recording this, so the
then
adults will
I can
definitely
sit there
hear
and
it.
be like, okay,
But I
they're
just wanna
they're
set for
yelling at their own
you
projection
just the
with like my
main
face.
message
It's like
of
a
positivity among, like, all
typewritten
women.
message that they hold up above my
We don't
face
need
or your
each other,
face, and they're like,
we don't
ah,
need
this.
each other
And you're like, okay,
shitting on each
yeah,
other,
sure.
But also with love, accountability. So, of course, not negativity, but that friend to be like, no, you said this 3 weeks ago, so what's up? Like, as your accountability partner,
Because I love you.
yeah, like, this is out of a place of love, and as a, like, your girlfriend, you know, your cheerleader. So, yeah, I'm just super excited. So, yeah, so that's the first thing, as well as just, I think everyone gets this message, especially the ones who have answered with their goals. This is a safe place. So, what we talk about among each other, like, it's for for each other.
Yeah.
You know, we're not going to share this on social media, like blast each other's stuff out.
Yeah, it releases them from having to look at it.
Something actually that I did that wasn't right was I talked about
Because if there's any question, because if something has been fully condemned by you in your mind, then that thing is now separate and kept at bay, and you don't have to sit and look into what it actually is. Because it's kept at bay by the veneer that you've plastered over on top
Again,
of
this
it.
learning experience, like everyone just try to love me and be compassionate. You all are, yeah, right. Everyone is, yeah. And more of if you are having a problem and you think like this is just embarrassing, I don't want to share it with the group because I'm embarrassed by my behavior. It's safe to say that we've all done that embarrassing behavior. Like you. Right, and you have to tell your girlfriend so that they can be there to, first of all, laugh with you, and be there if you have to cry about it because you're just been bottling it up for a while, or to tell you that it's okay and this is just a season of your life and it will, tomorrow's a new day and that's okay.
Yeah, that makes me think a lot because being a practitioner,
Yep.
if I want to talk about someone,
You're kind of cutting out a little bit. I don't know if
someone's
it's
story,
my end or your end, or if it's my
I either
headphones.
don't use their name and I kind of like
I'm not sure.
just say like, oh, it's interesting.
It's
my
not-
friend is moving through this experience.
It's not like
and
a.
holding her in the best
Doesn't
light
sound like a
possible.
connection issue. It
Or
sounds
I
like
am required
something is
legally to
interrupting
get it in writing
every
from her,
second and
you know,
taking out a
about,
bit.
right, is that okay? So like Jessica, if I had something going on with you,
I'm
and
having
I
fun,
write you
like,
and say, hey,
mentally
Jessica,
replacing
it's
the
okay
bits.
If I talk about your
Yeah.
experience to somebody else and like how
You know,
would
like
like
those
that framed?
Little
You know?
exercises where they rearrange
It's
all the
just-
letters
it's
of all the
also
words and you
loving
can
each
read
other
it just like
in kindness
perfectly
and
fine.
respect.
Right, because I don't want
It doesn't
to
make any difference whatsoever. Like you can read it as fine and as fast.
Again, just a place of like love. Like I see your.
Be considerate and ask them, be like, hey, is it okay if I share this with you?
Yeah,
Consent free.
right. Totally.
Yeah. Does that all sound cool for you
Right.
guys too? I mean,
Right, right.
Jessica's
You're just
totally
trying
on
to-
board.
you're just trying to
Brooke,
confuse
do you
me.
have any experience with that kind of thing going on?
Yeah.
It's probably harder to lip read with the beard though, right?
Her job is all that.
Oh, really? Okay.
Camouflage.
Yeah. Well, meaning like as you were saying
That's
as a
what she said.
practitioner, like HIPAA, like
Yeah.
we can just take it as that, as in like
That was one of the best parts of The Office.
Yeah. This
Yeah.
is our badass bitches HIPAA.
right.
Yes.
Right.
Cool.
The
So
British
yeah,
version
just wanted
sucked.
to say that
Yeah.
women who are listening to this on the recording, if this is just too much, if this is like you're not ready
If that's
to share that
representative
with the group,
of the
number
British sense
one,
of humor, then
share
no, I
as
don't.
you please. There's no one pressuring you to. I guess really just what I want is everyone to feel safe. Like I want you to share because the sooner you share, the sooner you get answers. And like, why are we struggling with all of these things
That would
alone
explain it.
when there's plenty of informative, wonderful women like trying
I'm-
to help you as well. You know, we're better in teams. Okay, so there. The next thing is I sent out that doodle.
The American
Jessica
version
talking
is
about
very
it was my
rude as
first time
well.
Seeing it, it's just what I did was I set up what
Which
I
is
thought
good.
would be available times like
But there's like
around
tacky,
people's
boring rude, and then
schedules,
there's
meaning work and
good
school,
rude.
and then everyone answers what they're also okay with.
I might have.
So by the end,
I might have judged it too
everyone
harshly.
will
I don't know.
like,
I only
which
I only
day
tried watching a
everyone
little
says
bit.
yes to. So then we can find a time that's
And I was like,
best
nope.
for everyone instead of always
Nope.
planning every week because that'll be a mess.
Yeah, I know there's some like
Shows take a
guys
long
that really
time.
wanna be on
I
the
mean, they
call
take a
and
lot.
be on the call and it's like, oh, bummer, and they'll listen to the
If
Right.
you started, if you
but
took all the
sometimes
shows you
it's
watched and like
your
lined them
It's
up
so
and
much more
figured
fun
out how
this
many
way.
years of
Yeah.
TV shows you were watching.
Did,
Talking on the by email, like where you even share your information with her.
yeah.
How much time did you waste watching a pretend person live their life?
Which brings it another great point. Like
It's not even
we
reality
add each other
TV.
on social media.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
We need to
we
do that.
add drunk girls that we meet at the bar on social media that we never talk to again.
Let's add the
But-
people who have left us.
Well, yeah,
you know
that's
what I mean?
that's
Like, that we
how
actually
people
plan
get
on
by
reaching out to
because
again in our lives, or
then their own
especially
lives
if you're
don't seem
hesitating
quite
to
so
share
sucky because
some
they're
goals.
living
Have you
vicariously
seen
through the
pictures like, no, this is
pretend
a normal
people.
girl. She's done things as well, you know. Especially for someone like my girlfriend Courtney, who's in the group, she's in Canada, you know. She's probably never going to see us face to face, so I'm really excited for her to watch this.
A little bit.
To get on camera with us.
I can see the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah, so
and what looks like an MC
the
Escher
Google
painting
Share
next to it.
document. I really love
Maybe.
that. Because I think it's awesome. If anyone doesn't have
Yeah, so my idea behind the Google Share document is like, who has been a
Have
part
you-
of
have you
a
looked
group
at
text where it went,
MC
oh my
Escher
gosh,
art?
Yeah, I
I'm trying
hate
to do
them.
something, it's like beep boop beep boop beep boop boop. And you're like, oh, shut the fuck up,
No?
right?
Right.
Or like an email thread and
Really?
it's just going on for an age and then it's like hashtags where all of a sudden at first it was about a beach. And
1984
now it's
MC
about Beyonce,
Escher, that's your
but,
homework.
I mean, I love Beyonce,
Yeah.
but like that's not what the beach
Totally.
is about. I mean, maybe it's trying my stuff. I don't know.
You gotta start doing it and I'll stop
But-
doing it.
So I
Never
thought
know
there
Beyonce.
should be like a really good way for us all to be able to concisely.
You're lazy.
Because the emails were a little long-winded, which is really beautiful. Everyone's like being so expressive.
Yeah.
But
They
just,
were-
like, to
they were right.
consolidate it into maybe a sentence or two what your goals, what your biggest obstacles are, almost like keyword it. And then
You're
everyone
editing a
choose
book.
color. So if let's say, now I'll use Brooke as an example. I'm like, feeling on Brooke's goal. I'm like, girl, yes. Like, we're like, I
I
got
have all
you.
this information in for you. Yeah.
Totally. And then I just decide I'm going to type under,
That's what she said.
under
Sorry.
like the little area for Brooke. I think it says like team,
Group idea or team ideas.
team ID.
I feel like our
Yeah.
conversation
That I
has
can just use-
degraded a
I
bit.
can just use my color font or like put E in my color font, like E colon with my color font. Everyone can choose a pretty color.
That's because Robbie's
Right.
hamburgers
Choose
are
whatever color you like.
coming into the
We're running,
conversation
you know,
through my
Let's do
nose.
that,
We have
I know.
opinions.
Sorry,
Yellow
just fries.
sucks for mine, but like I like that
I
color.
love yellow. I'll take yellow.
Getting hungry.
And that we would just have a one sheeter where
What?
we could always reflect back on, and we could date stamp it, and we could.
I had this.
And we all have our own colors, and I just thought that'd be really a lot cleaner.
Columbia Georgia Organic. Blue green spirulina.
Like, when did that happen?
And I had some
don't know what
blackberries.
he said,
Yeah,
like,
because it's so. That's why even today, like,
And I'm about
as
to-
it is in the group
I'm about to have
text,
some
I'm like,
organic hamburgers.
That's even how I felt about sending group emails. But I'm like, I don't know how else to make everyone feel
I probably weigh like 120 pounds.
while it's still a baby. Like,
Yeah.
don't worry.
No, I'm always like 170.
Thank you. Right.
I know how tall I am.
And- But also, I really do respect that everyone
Do you know how
has
tall I
busy
am?
schedules. We're working women.
How tall?
For example, Sarah has a son.
Supposed to guess.
Her son's freaking out right now. She just texted me. I know she'll be okay with me sharing that.
That's really close.
But yeah,
5'10".
so life
and a half.
happens.
that's why we're recording the calls too. As long as your goal
Totally.
is on the sheet,
And
as
every
long as
every single brother
you
is
know,
taller than me. I'm the
people know
midget
what your
of the
goal
family.
is, and you're taking steps. You know, we'll have like little homework.
Even the father is taller. He's like
Totally.
5'11".
Their best to
And
attain
then
before the next
all the
call.
other
Like,
brothers
you're
are over
good,
6
you're
feet, so like
Because
6'1"
again,
to 6'3".
accountability, like, which actually brings us
But-
to
I'm the smartest one, so I don't need to worry about it.
like I guess a really good segue to the next part.
Not
Your
actually though.
opinion on this, and you guys tell me what you
As far
think,
as-
but,
Yeah, the oldest brother,
I really like this idea,
is-
and Eden agrees as well. But
according to the
what do you
test,
think about
smarter than
having
everyone.
an actual accountability
His
partner?
little online IQ
So,
test was like
Yeah,
160.
you have
Mine's
the
like
group,
130.
but one other person.
He's like a
um,
mechanical genius.
That is like your go-to buddy that you can like honestly text.
He
daily.
understands
And it's not to
mechanics
badger
super
them, but
well
to be
without
like,
even trying. Like
I'm having
he
a
had this
shittiest
truck
day
that
ever,
had
and
some
he
issue
starts
with it.
texting
He's
me
like,
about it,
okay.
and then that girlfriend says
The next day, the whole entire
What
engine
does
was
this have
out
to
of the
do with your
truck
goal?
in pieces all over the
As in,
driveway.
not to me,
And
but
he went in
as
there,
in,
did
like,
whatever he
What
did.
are you doing today to provide
He didn't
for
like
your
take
goal?
notes or
Are you
anything of
spending
what
your
would
whole
wear,
day
or
miserable?
they just
Or what
threw it
can I
all
do
back
to turn your
together
day
and
around? Like,
worked perfectly fine
as
after
your
that.
partner, I'm here for you. What do you need from me? What do you need?
It could even be.
And he does that with everything.
like,
He's the same way with
or
computers.
you're feeling
Anything
miserable,
mechanical,
is
he'll figure it out.
you-
Yeah.
In what way, and how can I support you? And
I
does
can
that-
do it, but
does
it's
that
work and I
thing that
dislike
you're
it.
feeling actually, is it a
So like when I
pattern for
was
you that
running the
also relates
business,
to your
fixing
goal?
cell
Like, or
phones
it
and
sounds
all
like
that
to
stuff,
me,
I was like, eh,
you know, this is a
I
pattern
can do it.
for
It's
you,
making
but
money,
you still
but
have
it's not very
conflict.
fun.
together.
Mine was like such a
you know.
rougher version. I didn't mean to say it like that.
But no, it's true. I mean, well,
Yeah.
that's why I don't know. Maybe we should work together because you're completely opposite of me, and it's glorious.
It's so funny.
So I'm down for that because I need someone. I mean, I'm an entrepreneur. I don't have a boss. You know, that's why I want this. What about you guys?
Yeah, I think people are far more fascinating
I
than
actually
things
On like having a partner
because they're so
in the group
crazy.
each week. Maybe I don't know for how long, but like just to check in with you and you can get to know
Yeah.
them. Yeah.
Right, or to
Gonna
be
go
like,
to the gym.
right.
No, I think you got, like, I told my brother, he was, like, bitching at me the other day, and I was just like, you know what, instead of bitching about it, like, why don't you tell me to go do my homework?
Right. Or even, I think actually that you guys would be great partners also because you work so close together. Meaning, like, you can be great. I don't know, because I was going to do it randomly so that no one
And
felt
self
like
blocks
they had to choose.
too. You
But,
see
we
all
were
those
gonna
self
like pull
blocks.
names out of a hat if I wanted to do that.
Yep.
and I guess I'll do that. For
You
the
can't
rest
just go
of the
telling
week.
everybody about it though. They have to want it
Because they
You're like,
have
this,
not
this,
seen
and
each
this.
other.
to a random
Actually,
person walking down the
So
street.
at this point,
like,
us
nah,
four,
no,
we
go
only
away.
have seen each other face to face.
Go away.
So
Do you guys want to work together? Yes, again, Brooke?
Yeah, I mean, we've met.
right, you're the only two who have met as well.
Well, you learn that
So,
by
Well, okay. Which is
doing
cheers.
self work and learning yourself.
You
And then
better
once
hold
you
me
know your
accountable.
inner
You know what
workings,
it's
then you
about.
can
It's
see it in
about
everybody else just clear as day.
Yeah, and like,
I'm not going to fail myself, so I'm not going to fail you.
that's how I feel. I'm like, well, I'm a bigger bitch to myself than to someone
I'm a
else.
bigger
like,
Anybody else, right?
and right, and because we are really hard on ourselves, so you
Yeah.
need that girlfriend to be like,
Slow
you've
your
been
roll,
hard
girl.
enough on yourself. Like,
Yeah.
I'll be nice to you today.
So, like, am I being fair to myself, or do I really push myself?
Yeah, you can't ever try to say, like,
Yeah, like
This
where
is
am
the
I
way
at?
it
And I'm
is,
pushing- like,
simply
it's-
because
you
you
got
had an
it.
experience that
Yeah,
you think they
totally
might
got it.
somehow
Perfect.
encounter.
Oh, so excited.
Because they won't ever
So,
experience. They won't ever experience that. They might come to something similar,
Great,
and
so I'll
maybe
have-
you can shed
I'll
some light.
have,
But that's the best that you can promise. You can't sit there and say, "Well, I
I'll
did it
check
already."
in and
So
start
don't do
here. We'll just do a really quick
It just doesn't work
intro.
that way. Especially if you're talking to someone like
And
me, who's
what
like,
we'll do is
"Fuck
just
that! I'm
really
gonna do it now,"
quick
especially
explain
because you told me
who
not to do
you
it.
are. Just a little bit about yourself and like a short like elevator speech.
About yourself.
And one thing that like we don't know about you, but actually in this is gonna be a little more specific, but one thing about you that
Yeah.
like actually would help your partner to know
Sharing,
about
not
you, that
forcing.
maybe you wouldn't share. So like
Like an accountability thing.
yeah, so
That's
something-
what the whole. That's
I'll
what this
give you
whole thing is
examples,
about.
actually.
It's that
Mine
dichotomy:
is, like,
sharing with somebody
I
versus
am
forcing them.
Not a morning person. I'm not.
One works
like, waking
and
up,
So I'm gonna
spreads
call
joy
you
and warmth, and
Like,
one
alarm.
creates
I'm
prisons
really
and
up.
businesses and
Today's breaking,
monotony and
girl.
all the other
Like,
stuff
but
that
I
we're
need, but I need that because
not loving a whole bunch.
or for someone to be like, you're gonna have a great day. Like, remind me, because I'm always reminding myself. But
You wanna
there's
say
other days
hello,
where I'm
Robbie?
laying there like I'm quitting my job.
You want to show your
because I'm
pretty
not
face?
going to work.
What?
Like,
You want to show your pretty face for a
Right on,
second?
0 to 100
Sure.
because I just am so tired.
Is
I'm
it
like,
who we
I'm
were
not-
talking to
I'm
again?
not doing
Yeah,
this.
it's Yolanda.
Oh, hey. How's it going?
Morning sun for you. This is good for me to know.
Robbie's
Yeah,
about to
so
escape
that's-
all of
that's
this and
something I'm
play some
like,
video games, right?
not a
Um,
morning
I was just gonna put this on and open up my package. I'm not even
I
listening.
thought you didn't
to
get
it,
a
just
package.
making the noise.
Oh yeah, am I the worst?
You got a toy?
Okay.
Toothbrush.
And also,
A toothbrush?
The
I like your
last thing
toothbrush.
Really quick, just what the
Really?
group
That's what I got.
Oh.
So
That
something
looks a
about
lot
me,
bigger than an electric
um,
toothbrush.
Literally how I define myself.
It's an unboxing video now.
Unboxing. You guys-
Oh yeah, sponges.
Really trying to
Sponges and
balance
an
both of
electric
them.
toothbrush?
And
Nice.
even though I love my job,
So
it's a great
let's
career,
start
it's
keeping my
great
face hole
for
clean.
Wait. So
building
are you
onto my own business.
transitioning from
I really
regular
wanna start
toothbrush
focusing
to
more on
electric?
just my own
Mhm.
business.
Why?
So I really
Recommended
hope
by the
that
dentist
that's
as
what
well
this
as just
group-
other things I
this
researched.
group allows
You're,
me
you're
to
tired
do
of having buff
because,
forearms?
I just started my job and I already
It
feel
cleans better, and I really need to start
cocky
cleaning like
almost,
deeper and around
and
stuff
comfortable
and
there, and
Save some dentist
which
fees.
is fine. But
not
I
go as
push
often
myself,
if I have
because
to.
when you're comfortable,
This would be
that's
good.
when
I
you're
probably have
investment.
like 5 cavities.
So,
I haven't been in a long
I am
time.
very grateful for my job.
Had
but
some
I'm just
fix,
ready
so
for
this would be the
next step,
investment.
like, in my personal
Well, I'm gonna
life,
expect
I
that it's
guess.
better, so hopefully the placebo takes over.
How much
Yeah.
is it?
And
180,
so that
yeah,
ties into
160.
what this group is for me.
Okay.
Like, I
And
want to be
then-
around other women
yeah.
who are just like,
When I had my eBay business, I sold some electronic
even if it's
toothbrushes.
like I can't make rent this week and I'm gonna hustle.
I sold a lot of
and
random
to be
shit.
like, I never
stuff.
made rent. Or,
What I'm scared about
or
is the whole like,
you know,
hey,
the
put it
last
on your
month I
phone,
haven't
an
made
app.
rent.
It'll tell you where you're
Or,
brushing, how hard, and all these
I-
statistics and crap. I'm like, what?
Your,
And
your
I-
phone is going to talk
I-
to your
I-
toothbrush.
I
There's
don't
so much that
have
like
hard
needs to happen in
feelings,
2
and,
minutes
I
between
don't
brushing my
want to drink
teeth
tonight
and like my
actually
phone
feel
interacting.
tested. So you're
No.
gonna tell me to like
Just
put on
wanna
my
brush my
big girl
face.
pants and to
Maybe-
act like a woman.
maybe you
know?
can- You can turn off the interaction.
Right.
I will.
You don't want all your
Always-
appliances talking
I
to
feel
each
like
other.
Harsh
They're
said
gonna
before,
band
almost like,
together
girl,
and be
No.
like, fuck these
what is
guys.
your goal? Are you
And they're gonna
married
know what to
in
sell me
July?
or something.
No. Are you?
You
why
don't
are
want
you
that.
sweating? What like?
Well,
Let's stay
so I'm not gonna
focused.
be so
You
loud.
know?
I'll
So,
step away from you guys.
so I'm gonna start. I don't want to do too much. So.
That's cool.
I like it.
Toys are
I like
fun.
learning about you because
Remember my video I made about the
yeah,
refrigerator
yeah.
that
It
like
sounds to me that you want
can tell on
to be
somebody that's committing a
held
crime?
to,
Call the police.
non-complacent- Yeah.
Robbie's
And your
toothbrush
role
is
at
gonna
work, and
is
you
gonna call the
wanna
police on him for
feel
brushing
like
him
you
properly.
can be a student, but also take steps to become a more
Or for something else.
Or something else that went on in the
I've been a
bathroom.
student for
Like
a long
it's a
time,
detector of
and
some
I
kind.
am above that. As in, like, I can
Some
learn
shit
at
I
pace.
said, and now I got the box, but
Not
I'm like,
that I'm ungrateful, like,
You got
but
you got to be careful about what you do in the bathroom.
right? The toothbrush will fucking tell on you.
I'm Eden, and I started Sunshine Reiki at Ocean Beach in August.
Yep.
But I tried to.
Should I grow my
started
hair
years
super
ago
long
and
and
failed.
do a ponytail?
I don't want to say I failed. I learned all the
right,
lessons.
yeah.
But
It's too
I actually don't really have
Like
a
down to
goal.
here.
I want to make a goal, which is
No?
why I'm here. So for all of you women who don't really have goals or feel
I
stressed
hate
about
doing
goals,
stuff with my
I feel
hair,
really
so
fucking stressful
that's why I wear
about
beanies all the
failing
time.
again. So I want to make
It's
a
all
business
greasy and
plan
nasty.
and hold myself accountable to having a goal. That's my goal.
Yeah.
So
Huh?
yeah. So I mean, Reiki is really my life. It's a form of energy.
No, I actually
for me
don't
to
hate
take
it,
me
but
out of a
I
really,
like,
really deep depression
being
I had
lazy,
for
so.
years and years. It's just helped me raise my vibration and consciousness to be a better woman in the world.
I love being lazy.
One thing that I can be held
Straight
accountable
from the
to
internet
is
to
I'm
rebel.
too hard on myself. I mean, you probably hear it already. I'm like, oh, I need to have, I don't know, already when I'm thinking about my goal, I'm like, I need to have 100 clients this month. It's like, girl,
Right.
have like 4 a week because you don't even have that. Like, chill the fuck out. So that's me. I'm like, I need to be perfect at all times, always, you know. And what I want, well, because I used to be in sales, so it's like, you know, you don't hit your numbers, you lose your job.
You did, yeah. You did
So,
your quota.
so I'm afraid of losing my job.
Right.
So, and my
And it
quota
is
is
your-
really fucking high. My hope for this group is that
Nope.
I really, really want it to be a strong group of unified women that know
Yep.
their own strength
They don't know
or
if they
can
want it, though.
find their own strength or develop their own
They don't know that they want
strengths to move in this world to empower other women.
We gotta
to
wrap
do
this
the
up,
same
Yolanda.
thing.
We're coming up to 8 o'clock.
And
and I need to eat.
that's just really inspiring to me. So that's what I really hope. I mean,
Yeah.
I can talk
Is
about
that
how I
okay?
don't want it to be catty and shit, but
What are you
that's
gonna
kind of
do?
Inevitable, like that thought. So yeah, I
Right.
just want us to be.
Wait
like,
for the
really
video to
holding
upload so
together
you can watch it.
feeling good about it, and showing up. Like
I never
even
watch
if
them.
if I was like, if I will, like if I'm tear stricken in my depression mode, I want to be on.
Do you have
this
any
call,
parting
and I
words
wanna
of
show
wisdom?
You guys, my face, and I want it to be really fucking hysterical, and
Well, because it's like
it's okay.
You're not that wise?
meeting, even like my example of
Me
being up in
neither.
the morning where I'm like, if I text Eden, like, I'm not getting up, like, she's gonna FaceTime me and see my face.
Well,
Like,
Yeah.
Thanks
no,
for hanging
I
out.
want to
Getting
be mascara
up.
ridden, and I want Annie to be like, "Girl, you look so damn good.
You're
it's like a clown
killing
hitting
it."
your goals. Like, good job." So that's my take on it.
Yes.
Bye?
Yes. Brooke, do you want to go next?
Okay. I'm gonna end
Yeah,
it.
sure. I can go next.
Who
Wait.
are you?
Yola, number
Hi, Brooke.
1?
I am,
I don't know.